use this moment to warn Yoruba people and this governor in Yoruba land, respect yourself. Amen. Amen. The problem of Yoruba people destroying and demolishing the hard-earned money of Igbo people. There is no any property of any Yoruba man's there. It's only Igbo people.
Now, why am I saying this? You see this problem we're seeing about demolition. It's not something you say government woke up one day and boom, it happened. It is not an Abi Yoruba, Abi Igbo, Abi Christian, Abi Muslim situation.
We even had to raise our gate here to stop the water from coming from Ikota because we were, we're still tackling, the fallback from the canal here. So we couldn't even add any more water from outside. So we had to, in fact, at this point, I'm even thinking of moving out because now my fence is down.
The Lagos state government moved with its team that led to the demolition of some building projects that were considered illegal structure that were built on a canal.
Structures built on the canal path in Etiosa local government area brought to ground zero.
We're all citizens and people have contravened on the law, and it's still this brazen attitude of we can do it, we can get away with it, and nothing will happen.
I can't compensate you for an illegality in the first place. You should even be compensating the government for letting me deploy taxpayer resources to clear that path. The erosion will always be daring to come and pull down your property. But the owner of the house only
This is a conversation I can no longer pretend I do not want to have, because why not? Lately, I have been doing a lot of the Nigerian content on here. That is because I feel like it is a season for us to talk about issues we were shying away from talking about. Now that we are talking about it, let's just talk about it at once, so that if we are going to resolve and move on, we can do so. Even if we are not going to resolve our differences, it will be like an enlightenment campaign for those that do not know our struggle as Nigerians, and some Nigerians that do not know anything about the struggle of Nigeria. Due to that, we constantly see the government as the only problem, whereas we all have a role to play. So because of that, in today's video, we are going to take a look at the demolition that is going on in Lagos State. What gave birth to this video is a voice note I got from David, the man that used to help me run errands in Nigeria, like some of the fundraising I have done on here. He's usually the one that helps me reach out to these people since I'm not in Nigeria. He was telling me, my sister, they have marked our house for demolition and they have even cut off the electricity. Thankfully for David, his rent has expired. He was supposed to renew before this disconnection and marking for demolition came. He's now house hunting in Lagos. And I was okay, since that conversation is here, let's talk. So I wanted to know if it is true that our people are being affected, the Igbo houses are being taken down, the Southerners. So I wanted to know if it is like a targeted attack on the Igbos and also on the Southerners. And he said to me, my sister, right now I cannot say, because if you go house hunting right now in Lagos and you tell people you are Igbo, they will not rent to you, or you tell people you are from my part of Nigeria, they will not rent to you. So I'm like, why? So I decided to come online to check out some videos, and I found some of these videos. I said, okay, let's take a look at why the houses in Lagos are being pulled down, even though there is nothing we can do, but we will just know it and know it for ourselves. So now we are going to start with videos of some Igbo people.
I use this moment to warn Yoruba people and this governor in Yoruba land, respect yourself. Amen. Amen. The problem of Yoruba people destroying and demolishing the hard-earned money of Igbo people. There is no any property of any Yoruba man's there. It's only Igbo people. That is not something that they build those structure in a wrong part. It is what they call jealousy and wickedness. I asked God, listen. He said to me, there is no anywhere they build anything in any canal. Why? Because before an Igbo man will buy a land for you or a property, he must make sure that the paper is total completed. Igbo man never joke with property, and they buy it and they get C of O, thousands of them. But listen, this is the same thing Hausa people doing in 80s, when Igbo people always enjoy Ugwu Hausa. There's a time Ugwu Hausa, our father is also there, and they see that Igbo people have been taking over, building their business in Hausa side. In that time, Sokoto, Kanu, Kaduna, Taraba, Oneko, Onobona, a lot of people, Igbo people specialize in Hausa side. Suddenly, enviness and jealousy, and they begin to say Igbo people, anywhere they come, they dominate. They start to killing Igbo people, start to destroying their business, doing a lot of things. Suddenly, anokata abo so charia, anokata abo sonka, because that Hausa people that time, every time you will be hearing also no Obodonda Hausa, also no Obodonda Hausa. Now Igbo people close northern business. The Igbo people that the northern is not like at 80s. Lagos know the learn for Igbo people at 80s. What trend on Igbo people at 80s is Hausa side, which my father is one of them. And hear this. Now, when the business of northern side spoiled on Igbo people, then Igbo people rush now to Lagos. The kind development that Lagos is having now is not like before. Every areas in their water land has been already by Igbo people, and building a lot of what they call estates, developing it, doing a lot of investment. Now the jealousy and enviness have rise.
You see me winking my eyes, smiling and laughing. I'm not laughing at these house owners. Even if you are his brother, you know that Udumeje used to make you laugh with the way he speaks his own English, which is normal. According to him, he said in the 80s, a lot of Igbos were developing, building and succeeding and prospering in the north until jealousy and envy came. So they left the north and came to Lagos. So, and then that got me thinking, you left the north, why not go to the east too? Must you always go to other places to develop and prosper? What is wrong with your own Igbo land? Is Igbo land antidote to development? Igbo land forbids development? I mean, why? Why always everywhere developing and building and taking over? Why not go to the one that is yours? You don't have to take over. All you have to do is to, since you develop and build, you are blessed beyond every other person. Why don't you take all of your wealth of wisdom, go do this there, instead of doing it elsewhere? And then when it's not okay, you say then they jealous you. Just asking, so don't come for me. Anyway, let's move to the next one.
I'm homeless, they are demolishing my house. Oh my God, they are demolishing my house.
I really don't want to sound insensitive, but you see, in this business, I'm a realist. I am a realist. Meaning that at the end of the day, if he pay you, no problem. But one thing I will not do is spend 24 hours in jail. In fact, I wouldn't even survive 2 hours in prison. If they knock me like 2 times, I go faint.
Oh my God!
Now, why am I saying this? You see this problem we're seeing about demolition. It's not something you say government woke up one day and boom, it happened. It is not an Abi Yoruba, Abi Igbo, Abi Christian, Abi Muslim situation. Let's stop doing that. Let's stop saying, oh, okay, it's because Igbo are buying. No. The truth is that it is very, very avoidable from day one. It is avoidable. But we choose not to. It's not about the greedy developers. Oh, yes, it is. It's part of it, but it's beyond that. In fact, it includes the government that don't give a shit about the citizen. It includes the developer, the very greedy developer. It also includes the unprofessional, money-driven. I don't want to use bad word on a full agent I don't want to use bad word, but a very unprofessional, money-driven agent. And also you, the buyer. Yes, the nonchalant buyer. It includes all these four bodies to cause this problem. Like they could avoid this from a very start. Now, about this demolition that you're seeing in a quarter currently isn't something that just happened, and I'll prove it to you. Let's start with the map. You are saying, hey, is Igbo, is Yoruba, is Igbo. Now take a good look at this map. You can see that if you ask your developer, your surveyor, to go take a coordinate of this map, he would have seen all these things. This is Kana. And there is a rule in Lagos where you are not supposed to build close to water bodies like the Kana, like the beach side, and there is a level of distance you're supposed to have while building your structure. Now, not only that the developer did not even adhere with the distance you're supposed to have within canals, he also went ahead to fill the canal and built on top. That's why I said when it comes to search, we do not joke with it. Now take a good look at this map. You see that this is canal. This yellow line you're seeing, that canal, these are where the canal is supposed to pass through, right? And then this is houses. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They're all houses. 7, 8, 9, 10. They're all houses. They went and built on it. They sand-filled it and built on it. Now you see the current flood issue, because every time will be shouting, oh, why is flood in Lagos? Government have decided to resolve the flood issue. Now they are looking into their map to see places that covers the water bodies, places that covers the canal, places that covers the drainage that they say you should not build close to. These are the places, and they decide to demolish it. Now we are shouting. I do not want to sound insensitive, but sometimes we should consider our money, consider okay who we are selling to, and consider we as human, which is developers. If now you they do this one, you go collect, will you be happy? Now developers, now based on their greedy desire to gain more, to own more, you went to sand-filled space and you built house. Now you as an agent, you do not see the reason. Let's not even go to agent. Let's start with the government. You as the government, there are bodies that are in charge of this, like the town planners and so many more. You saw that this development is just happening. You saw that someone sand-filled a certain space they are not supposed to sand-fill. They started foundation level. You did not go there to post a cease and desist. Have you not been they call her cease and say, oh, you didn't post it though. You waited. You waited because the government don't give a shit. You waited till the person built it to the finished level, sold it out to another person. Then you came to destroy it. Who do you think carries the cost? Now you as an agent, a God-blessed human being, they born you 9 months. You don't care about your client. You didn't say, client, oh, listen, I would advise you run a search. Oh, because the developer told you this covers CFO. Bah, I don't blame you. You're an unprofessional agent. That's fine. And you don't see the reason to advise your client to run a search. Just because you feel, okay, if your client run a search, he's not going to buy this property anymore. I go lose that money. What's the difference between you and a witch? No, you and a witch, you not only get one kind, a color almost the same. What's the difference? Because if you fear God, you would ask your client to run it. You advise your client, because your client comes to you for advice to buy property. You advise your client, see, let's run a search. Let's be sure that this property does not have issue, because you as an agent should know that this property might fall into a CFO property. Make the neighbor not fall into that CFO property and fall into committed area. Yes, it is not magic, it is real. those 3 buildings, it will shock you that they will not be demolished. Yes, you heard me right. Those 3 buildings might probably not be demolished. That building might even fall into the sea of old title, and the rest does not. So when you're buying a property, make sure you're using a qualified or a certified surveyor, a lawyer that understands the bill. Now, not every lawyer is a property lawyer. Remember that some lawyers are just for divorce, are just for case settlement too. So no understand real estate too. I'm telling you, the legal distance to real estate, they have zero idea about it. So when you are doing it, pay attention to who you are using, the company you are using. Are they just there to sell, to make money and move? No. If that's the issue, my brother, run. There is. So they can destroy these houses. 1, 2, 3 houses will be destroyed. But you see this particular one close to it will not be destroyed. Later you say this person paid government. No, he did not pay government. He ran his search and he knows that this is where the CFO end, and he bought that place. Yes. So when you're asking your surveyor to take coordinates, make sure that the surveyor is standing on that exact property and taking that coordinates from that exact property. Because your neighbor might be in CFO, make you not be inside that CFO title. That is how it works. But no, you went ahead, asked your client to go forward, and they bought the property out of trust. We don't sell property out of trust. And if you don't want to buy, that's fine. You can go.
Now, I wanted to get this information from a point of no bias whatsoever, from her intonation as a Nigerian. I know she's from Edo State. I was looking for the best place to get this information, this explanation, from an angle that is not going to come across like putting up a defense mechanism or from a tribalistic point of view. This is an Edo lady. She's not Yoruba. She's not Igbo. I was lucky to find her video. This video is trending, and I'm happy it's trending. So with this explanation and the other video I displayed here, I can tell you for free that this has nothing to do with Igbos being targeted. There's one thing I would like people to know. As a cross-Tiverian, if they are killing Igbos, they will kill me too. If Hausa is killing Igbo, Hausa will kill me too. If not that, these days we have people traveling around, they have get to experience the culture, and also with the use of social media these days, people are getting aware that some of us are not really Igbo. We are just part of the Wazobia. We are part of the Bia. Do you get it? So, which I'm not saying I don't want to be identified with Igbo. They are incredible Igbo people on a one-on-one level. But when it comes to collective goodness, the ideas of goodness is not working for me. But when it comes to individual goodness, they are amazing. So now bear it in mind that this is not because the people affected are Igbos. Other people too are affected. It's just that there's this thing that our Igbo brothers and sisters are doing that is making me feel like we should all join the movement to restore Biafra for Igbo people. Because everything to them is victimization. Now, before I even forget, she stated that the government should have told them to not build. It's not the responsibility of the government of your country for you not to be responsible. Maybe when the structures were ongoing, there was no issue like the flooding issue, so they didn't know what was going to happen if this issue of environmental hazard did not come up. Believe me, the Lagos state government wouldn't have issues with these houses. So I don't think it is a government responsibility to come and tell you to be professional when you want to build a house. So this victim card thing has to stop. I'm happy to hear that soon they want to restore the history of Nigeria back to the schools from SS1 or maybe JS1. They'll start teaching you about the history of Nigeria. It is important because some of these people playing victims, they need to know the history of Nigeria. They will know that Igbos are not really the victims. Nigeria is a victim of Igbo people. So this demolition has nothing to do with you, okay? It has everything to do with environmental hazard. And if it's too much for you, please, I'm sorry for your loss. Take your investment property to the east, come to the west, live there, hustle there, rent, pay rent, and it's okay. Stop developing other people's region so that when they complain, you will not say it is because you are Igbo. I'm done with this video. I'll see you in my next one. Bye.